In our previous video, we talked about recognizing the symptoms of cow's milk allergy in your baby. Now let's talk about how we can manage and avoid these symptoms. Please note that there are two types of cow's milk allergy as previously discussed. You have the immediate cow's milk allergy and delayed cow's milk allergy. If your baby has the immediate cow's milk allergy, then any management, especially if trying to reintroduce cow's milk into the diet, should not be done at home and under the supervision of a specialist, which is usually in a hospital or clinic setting. This is because of the risk of anaphylaxis, which is when your baby has symptoms such as swelling of the face, the lips, the tongue, difficulty breathing, cough or wheeze, and is usually a medical emergency. So in terms of breastfeeding, if your baby is being breastfed exclusively, you should remove all traces of cow's milk from your diet. And this is usually done for a 2 to 4 week period. If during this period your baby is still showing some symptoms of cow's milk allergy, you might also have to consider removing any soya containing products from your diet. This is because 50% of infants with cow's milk allergy would also have soya allergy. There are lots of soya containing products such as baked products like bread, crackers, cakes, peanut butter, milk substitutes. I mean, if you read the ingredients, it usually tells you that they contain soy. We try and encourage mothers who have babies with cow's milk allergy to continue breastfeeding, and this is because breastfeeding has nutritional benefits for the baby. So after 2 to 4 weeks of doing the cow's milk exclusion, where you've excluded cow's milk and soya from your diet, you can now try reintroducing cow's milk back into the baby's diet. If the symptoms recur again after reintroducing cow's milk, then this is proof that your baby indeed has cow's milk allergy, and you might have to continue dietary exclusion for at least 6 months. But as I said, this has to be done under the guidance of a pediatric dietitian. For moms who need formula top-ups while breastfeeding, do not use cow's milk formula or use extensive hydrolyzed formula. And there are different brands of extensive hydrolyzed formula, and I'll discuss more about this later in the video. So in terms of babies that are being exclusively bottle fed, i.e. taking formula feed and no breast milk, you need to stop your cow's milk formula and replace this with the extensive hydrolyzed formula, which I'll call EHF. Again, you do this for 2 to 4 weeks with the supervision of a dietitian. After 2 to 4 weeks, you can now try reintroducing cow's milk into the baby's diet, and if again symptoms recur, then this is proof that your baby has cow's milk allergy. So this is the management for breastfed and bottle-fed babies. In some cases, mothers will say that their babies are not tolerating the extensive hydrolyzed formula. And this is usually because the babies might not be used to the taste and texture of the extensive hydrolyzed formula, especially if they're used to taking cow's milk for so long. So what you want to do is a gradient approach where you gradually build up to the baby taking full extensive hydrolyzed formula. So do not stop the cow's milk. What you want to do is a mixture of cow's milk and extensive hydrolyzed formula, which you can do by, for example, on the first day, you take 1 scoop of the extensive hydrolyzed formula, you mix that with the cow's milk, then gradually you increase the number of scoops up to the point where probably by day 7 or into the 2nd week, the baby is now taking full hydrolyzed formula. If your baby is still not tolerating extensive hydrolyzed formula, there is the option of changing it to a different brand, or you might have to try amino acids, which I'll discuss later. Now, in terms of weaning and introducing solids, it's advised to start at around 4 months, and also it's advised to start foods like peanuts, butter and eggs quite early to avoid babies becoming allergic to them. But also be aware that some babies might have multiple food allergies, so you might want to consider allergy testing before introducing these foods, but it's also advised to not let allergy testing delay introducing these foods, just because the longer you leave it, the more likely it is that babies can develop multiple food allergies. The good news here is that most kids outgrow cow's milk allergy by the start of the school age, which is usually around the age of 4, but however, you can kickstart the cow's milk challenge process earlier by about 12 months. So if your child has had cow's milk in the preceding 6 months without any reactions, or accidentally you've given your child a dairy containing product without any reaction, then your baby should be able to try cow's milk. There is also a milk ladder to introduce milk and dairy products back into the children's diet. And this is only suitable for those with delayed cow's milk, not immediate cow's milk allergy, and also done under the supervision of a dietitian. So for example, step 1, you have cookies. Step 2, you have muffin. Step 3, pancake. Step 4, cheese. Step 5, yogurt. Step 6, milk. So basically, you're gradually going from half-baked milk to full milk. So what are extensive hydrolyzed formulas? These are formulas that break milk proteins like casein into smaller pieces, which allows it to pass through the baby's gut without developing any of the symptoms of cow's milk allergy. So you've got examples like nutramigen, which is what I usually recommend in mothers. You've got different types of nutramigen. You also have aptamil peptide, which is a whey-based formula product, while nutramigen is a casein-based formula product. So other extensive hydrolyzed formulas are Similac, Enfamil, and you have other brands. So for example, as mentioned, if your child doesn't like nutramigen, then you can try aptamil peptide. If your child cannot tolerate any of the extensive hydrolyzed formulas, or maybe they have faltering growth, because while you're managing your baby, each time your baby's weight and height is being checked to ensure that they're growing along the centiles. If your baby is found to be growing below the centiles, or they have severe symptoms of cow's milk allergy, they're usually put straight into the amino acid formulas. Now, amino acid formulas, as the name suggests, contain amino acids, which are basically the building blocks for the protein. So they do not contain whole protein, which is usually what affects the baby. Examples of amino acid formulas are neocate LCP, pyramino, alpha-amino, and you have other brands as well. So in a nutshell, this is the management of cow's milk allergy. We talked about managing your baby if your baby is breastfeed. So in terms of breastfed babies, excluding the cow's milk from your diet. You might have to also exclude soya's milk from your diet. Do this for like 2 to 4 weeks, and then with the help of a specialist or a dietitian, you gradually try and reintroduce cow's milk back into the baby's diet. If the baby still has symptoms, then you might have to stop all cow's milk going into your food. You might have to stop any form of cow's milk for at least 6 months before trying again. And then we also talked about for bottle-fed babies, again, you're substituting the cow's milk formula feed for an extensive hydrolyzed formula feed such as nutramigen or aptamil. You do this for 2 to 4 weeks, again with the supervision of a dietitian, and after 4 weeks, you try and reintroduce cow's milk. Again, if the baby is still reacting to the cow's milk, then you might want to continue for another 6 to 12 months. But every 6 months, you might want to try reintroducing cow's milk again, because the sooner they get back into the cow's milk, the better. Also, we talked about the extensive hydrolyzed formulas and the amino acid formulas. I mentioned that if your baby cannot tolerate any of the extensive hydrolyzed formulas, or they have very severe symptoms of cow's milk allergy, they usually put straight into the amino acid formulas. So if you're asking, what are the different formulas? Why is my baby on neocate and not on nutramigen? That's the reason. It's good to know the different types of formula feeds as well as the different types of extensive hydrolyzed formula feeds, because this will give you a better understanding of why your baby is on different types of formula feeds. And as mentioned, by the time your baby is 12 months, you might want to try the cow's milk challenge again. And using a milk ladder, you can gradually build up back to using full milk. I hope you liked this video. I hope this video was very helpful. And for more videos on health topics such as this, please like and subscribe to our channel.